I believe it was in the summer of 2000. I thought I was a super genius, and so I figured I'm gonna invest all my money that I made, my hard-earned money that I made, and I'm gonna put it in internet stocks because I know the internet and this is BS what's happening with the internet. And so the summer of 2000, I probably lost, by the end of the summer, I realized, I looked back and I said, you know what? I just lost $1 million a week cash investing in the stock market. And it's not like I had 100 million, okay? I was broke. I was dead. I went from having like generations worth of money to being dead zero broke. I lost my home. I was depressed. I lost all of my friendships, 100% of them, because my friendships all revolved around this, yeah, let's invest and make a lot of money and make $100 million. And so I was just devastated in every way, and I had no real outlet of what to do with it. I mean, for instance, I tried meditation, but there's only so much you can sit and calm the mind when you're losing $100,000 a day,
right.
Or in some cases $1 million a day. So that was a devastating failure, and it was hard, not to over dramatize about it, but to me at the time it felt like I had lost a loved one. Like, I loved having, millions and millions of dollars, and I lost it. And I lost, when a few years after that, my father got very sick, and I thought at the time, boy, if only I had kept that money, I would have been able to help him. Or if only I had kept the money, I would have been able to do this type of business instead of this type of business. So there were so many ways in which losing this money was devastating to me on such a psychic level too. Like, I thought I had gone from being immortal to immortal.
Right.
Like, I couldn't take, a helicopter to Atlantic City on a whim and gamble the night away and then come back for my morning meetings. So, which was a stupid thing to do to begin with, but that's how I rolled. So, and I couldn't, in everything, every habit I had, including the apartment I lived in, I had to give up. And it took years to kind of come back from that, not necessarily financially, but even emotionally and mentally.
Right.
Like every failure, you have to give up the first challenge is, how do you avoid living in the past? So every day I would wake up, and instead of saying, okay, it's a new day, I would say, man, 2 years ago, I was losing millions of dollars. I was investing in stupid companies. I was doing this, I was doing that. And if I had only done it differently, and you get sucked into this labyrinth of the past, and you're no longer, my 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old daughter was growing up in front of me, but you're no longer seeing that growth. You're just back in the past. Boy, she could have had this, that, this. And I was just living in the past. And that also made me too afraid to make I thought I was worthless. Like, I judged my personal worth by my net worth. And that was the second challenge, by saying my personal net worth is not equal to my or financial net worth. And, overcoming these things internally before I could once again externally, rise up like a phoenix. People think they have second chances, but second chances aren't given to you. You have to earn a second chance. And that's very hard, because you have to build a skill set that we're never taught. We're never taught in school. We're never taught this skill set by our parents. We're never taught this in college. You have to learn it.
How to come back from failure. Is that
yes.
the skill set?
Yeah, and you learn it in little ways every day, but to learn it in big ways is very difficult.
Absolutely.
So you have to understand the little ways you learn it, and say, that's actually similar to what I should be doing on a bigger scale. Once I hit the floor, like, I was literally like as broke as I had been when I had $0 in my bank account. I had $0 once again. And I had to move, out of my house. I had to move 70 miles north of the city because there was no job for someone like me. Also, I was ashamed. So I couldn't go to all of my ex-colleagues and say, give me a job. I felt I couldn't.
Yeah.
I was completely ashamed and embarrassed and hurt. So I kind of went into a self-imposed exile. I took a huge bath on my house, selling it or my apartment here, because I had no choice. I was dead broke. I wouldn't have been able to buy diapers for my kids the next day. I think a key takeaway was that you have to live with the failure. Like that failure feels really bad, and there's no way to not feel bad. Like it's okay to feel bad. You can't lose all your money, go broke, and have to move and not feel like the worst thing. So okay, I wake up today, I feel that, and then what can I do to add value today?